We are taking a live look at Indianapolis right now, and here we go. Just 25 hours to go until the Final Four matchup between Gonzaga and UCLA tomorrow. I'm not counting. Are you counting, Tom?
I'm counting.
I'm counting. You're right. Official tip-off is going to be at 5:34 p.m. And of course, you can watch that whole game unfold right here only on KREM 2.
So good afternoon, everyone. Good Friday afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Well, the Gonzaga men's basketball team met with the media today ahead of their big game against UCLA on KREM tomorrow.
Brenna Green and Mark Hanrahan join us live from Indy to talk about what was said today.
Good evening, Whitney and Tom. What a difference a day makes. The sun is shining. It is warm outside. It's not freezing like it was yesterday. We're hoping that's a good sign. As you guys mentioned, we are now just one day out from that Final Four matchup between Gonzaga and UCLA.
Yeah, and when Gonzaga spoke to the media today, they made one thing clear. They are laser focused.
Someone would have told you before the year you guys would go into the Final Four undefeated. What would your reaction have been?
I would have laughed. We just absolutely laughed.
Mark Few has laughed all the way to the pinnacle of the sport. Today he was awarded 2 National Coach of the Year awards, one of which was from the National Association of Basketball Coaches. He says that award is particularly sweet.
Well, man, it is a huge honor. It's a special award because it is from the coaches, and yeah, it's something I'll really cherish.
Something he'll also really cherish is his team's time in the bubble this year. He says it's unfortunate that the Zags won't be able to have the fanfare of the 2017 Final Four, but there are also some positives.
The flip side of it is, man, I mean, we're so focused and there's no distractions. None of us are having to worry about tickets and worrying about trying to connect with our families around the schedule that we have. So you get some great camaraderie, you know, as if we need it anymore, but it's been great to have it, of just all of us together on this, and that's all we got.
If there is anyone on this team who's had a breakout tournament, it's Drew Timme, but he echoes Few's sentiment. The best thing about this run for him has nothing to do with himself.
Favorite thing I've done is just we've been winning. That's been the only thing on my mind, and that's the only thing that I'm excited about, and I can't wait to get out there and play tomorrow.
And that brings us back to being undefeated. These Zags right now are just aiming to go 1-0 on Saturday.
We're not focusing too much on what we have done. The mission's in front of us, and we got a lot we can work on and get better on. So we're focused on this game coming up with UCLA, and that's the only thing on our mind right now.
Gonzaga has faced UCLA twice in the NCAA tournament, Mark. Once in 2015, that was kind of a blowout, and then the other time, of course, was 2006.
Yeah, 2006, that was one of the, if not the most heartbreaking loss in Gonzaga history. Today I spoke with a member of that GU squad, Derek Ravio, about what that experience was like and what he says the Zags need to do to win this time.
And that's it! What a comeback!
That's when I wish I could get back, but hopefully it's another sweet revenge tomorrow.
15 years later, and the loss still stings. In 2006, Gonzaga's season ended with Adam Morrison in tears. The Bruins scored the final 11 points of the game to beat Gonzaga by 2 and advance to the Elite Eight. UCLA was a 3 seed that year, Gonzaga a 2 seed. Derek Ravio was a junior and ran the point for the Bulldogs.
UCLA kind of had that momentum going. We were in control most of that game, and I feel like we kind of took the pedal off the gas a little, and we weren't as aggressive and not as, in attack mode. And, a lot of things went right for UCLA, and it just, unraveled.
9 years later, the Bulldogs and Bruins met again in the Sweet 16. This time, Gonzaga took care of business, beating UCLA by 12 to advance to the Elite Eight. Saturday, the teams meet up again, this time in the Final Four. Ravio likes GU's chances.
When it comes to tournament, it's all about matchups, who's hot, who's playing the best this time of year, and a little luck. And I think they're rolling right now. They've got a lot of confidence, and they've got great momentum.
As for Ravio, the following year, he was named Co-West Coast Conference Player of the Year. He went on to play 10 years overseas before returning to Spokane a few years ago. He knows his alma mater has a great shot at winning a national title, but he says the focus right now is beating UCLA.
The player side, you don't want to take added pressure. So it's like, you don't want those guys to think about it. I'm sure the coaches are telling them, hey, a game at a time, practice at a time. But I think it'd be really special for the school and especially the region and the city.
So fun fact about Ravio also, he is second all-time in Division I men's basketball for free throw percentage. He shot 92.7% from the charity stripe, and Brenna, as we know, free throws matter, especially down the stretch.
Yes, and Gonzaga heavily favored in this UCLA matchup. That game going to take place right here on Prem 2 as the train goes by. What beautiful ambient noise we have here.
Yes.
At 5:34 Pacific time on Saturday, you can only watch it on our station.
She's Brenna Green, I'm Mark Handerhan. For now, that's the very latest from Indy. Tom and Whitney, back to you guys.
I do love that ambient noise.
Yeah.
Brenna, Mark, thank you so much, very much. You know, it's so exciting as we think about what we still have ahead of us. The excitement just builds every single day. That's the fun part.
You bet.
All right, breaking news just in this afternoon. Take a look. Spokane police say they are increasing security and enforcement on Gonzaga's campus as the team continues to advance in the tournament.
So this after a wild night after the Zags won the Elite Eight. You may remember that video that we're showing you right there. Students in the Logan neighborhood set a couch on fire, then gathered in large groups. Well, SPD will also have a downtown bar patrol and be watching for drunk drivers. Officers are reminding everyone to plan a ride ahead of time and to celebrate responsibly.
And take a look at this. Remember that bet Creighton's president made with GU's university president and the Creighton president? So that was right before the Elite Eight. He promised the famous Omaha Steaks if the Bulldogs ended up beating the Blue Jays, and that they did.
Yep. So if Creighton would have won, Thane McCullough said he would send fine Washington wine and apples. Creighton's president kept his word and delivered the steaks to President McCullough.
Nice.
And a reminder, you can only watch the Gonzaga game in the Final Four right here on KREM 2. Tip-off is tomorrow at 5:34 in the evening. We will also have live coverage from Indy following the game. We'll also be carrying the post-game press conference as well as, and we'll have live presence there as well. Again, you can catch it all this Saturday on KREM 2. Coverage starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, aren't we excited? We're
Aren't
just
we?
counting
It's
down
like
the
our
hours
Super
at
Bowl.
this point. It is. It's
Yeah.
better than the Super Bowl,
You
in my
bet.
opinion. This weather that we had today was also pretty awesome. It ended up being sunny and gorgeous.
Yeah, and I wish I could say it was going to continue through the weekend, but the reality is it looks like we're going to see increasing clouds for Saturday and Sunday, and even a few showers developing by the time Saturday rolls around. There's a look at the satellite and radar picture, and as you can see, we've got that big trough of low pressure across the Gulf of Alaska. We still have that southwesterly flow, so the weekend looks like this. I've got 62 degrees on Saturday, 58 on Sunday, with a chance of some showers developing by mid-morning and then continuing now into the afternoon. Temperature-wise, though, it's not so bad. I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. We want to get to some breaking news now in our nation's capital. D.C. is on high alert after a Capitol police officer was killed this afternoon. A man rammed his car into two Capitol officers at a barricade just outside the Capitol building. So this right now is a live look at Washington, D.C. According to police, one man jumped out of a car and ran toward those officers wielding a knife. Police shot and killed him during that confrontation, but one officer has also died. He is now identified as William Evans. The Capitol then went on lockdown for several hours. The National Guard also responded. Authorities say the attack did not appear to be related to terrorism. Of course, though, this all coming less than 3 months after multiple supporters of former President Trump stormed inside the Capitol building.
Well, the first week of testimony wrapped up today in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. The jury heard testimony from paramedics on scene of Floyd's arrest, as well as George Floyd's girlfriend. Prosecutors had made Chauvin's use of force the main focus of the trial, while defense attorneys have argued drugs found in Floyd's system during the time of his arrest were partially responsible for his death.
As you know, Easter is this coming Sunday, making today Good Friday, and we've got some good news for people who have been fully vaccinated. You can now celebrate Easter with family and friends, no worries. The CDC says if it's been 2 weeks since your last vaccine dose, you can safely gather indoors with other fully vaccinated people, all without wearing a mask. If you're not fully vaccinated, though, the CDC is saying you really should stick to your own household.